She thought it was Ozempic, but it was insulin, and she nearly died. In 2023, customs officers found hidden fake weight loss medication inside a children's Mickey Mouse puzzle. When they tested what was inside, they discovered that it wasn't a semaglutide at all, it was insulin. The person who used it ended up in the hospital with life-threatening low blood sugar. That person thought they were taking a shortcut to weight loss. Instead, they nearly died. In Sweden, where I practice as a pharmacist, Swedish customs confiscations of fake weight loss drugs has exploded from just 3 cases in 2023 to 270 cases in 2024, a 9,000% increase in just 1 year. In United States, thousands of counterfeit pens infiltrated actual pharmacies. Not shady websites, legitimate pharmacies where you'd expect to be safe. And laboratory testing proved that these fraudulent medications are manufactured in the same illegal facilities producing narcotics and illegal tonic drugs. Same criminal organizations. I'm your pharmacist at T Pharmacy, and what I'm about to show you could save you your life, because at least 10 people died from compounded versions of these drugs. Over 200 have been hospitalized, and the problem is getting worse. And if you've been thinking about buying these medications online because they are cheaper, they don't require a prescription, or your pharmacy is out of stock, this video might save you your life, so don't skip ahead. Before I show you the numbers, I need you to understand something. These aren't just statistics, these are people like you. And I'm making this video because I don't want you to be next. In Austria, multiple people were rushed to emergency rooms with severe hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar. They were confused, sweating, experiencing severe symptoms. Some required hospitalization. Lebanon, 11 people with the same terrifying symptoms. UK, several people in hypoglycemic shock. What did we all have in common? They thought they were injecting Ozempic for weight loss. They were actually injecting insulin. One person in Sweden was hospitalized after receiving what they thought was Ozempic. It was insulin. They nearly died. So when I show you the data in a moment, remember, every number I'm about to give you represents someone's father, mother, brother, sister, or friend. Someone who just wanted to feel better about themselves. Now let me show you how this happened. 3 things come together to create the perfect conditions for criminals to exploit desperate people. And once you see it, you'll understand why this problem exploded so fast. First, explosive demand. Over 12% of American adults are now using or seeking GLP-1 medications, like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and Zepbound. That number more than doubled in just 18 months. Everyone wants these drugs. Second, impossible prices. The list prices in the United States are between $1,000 and $1,350 per month without insurance. Even with recent manufacturer discounts, you're looking at $349 per month after an introductory period. Here in Sweden, where I practice, we are around 1,600 to 2,700 kronor per month. That's about $150 to $250. Still expensive for many people. And about 50% of American insurance plans don't cover weight loss medications. Medicare was legally prohibited from covering them until very recently. Most people simply can't afford it. Third, the shortages. FDA declared official drug shortages for semaglutide from May 2023 until February 2025 and tirzepatide from 2022 until December 2024. For nearly 2 years, even if you had the money and the prescription you couldn't get it. Picture this. You desperately want to lose weight, but your doctor won't prescribe it or insurance won't cover it. Finally, you get a prescription, but the pharmacy has been out of stock for 3 months. It would cost hundreds of dollars per month anyway. So you're scrolling TikTok, 11 p.m., can't sleep, you're feeling terrible about yourself, and you see this. And it's not just random ads. Swedish authorities have identified fraudulent Ozempic being marketed by influencers on social media. People you might follow. People who seem trustworthy. Click. That's the moment criminals have been waiting for. That click just made them money, and they don't care what happens to you next. Drop a comment with your country if you've seen these fake drug ads in your social media feed. I want to know how widespread this really is. Let me give you a sense of just how big this problem is with these numbers. 9,000%. That's how much Swedish customs confiscations of fraudulent drugs exploded in just 1 year, from 3 cases to 270 cases. 5 million. Between July and September 2023 alone, the top 30 illegal pharmacy websites selling semaglutide accumulated nearly 5 million visits. Millions of people searching, and many of them clicking. 57 million euros, the value seized in just one Interpol operation across Europe. That's 65 million US dollars. Bigger than most drug cartel busts. That operation led to 800 arrests and shut down 13,000 illegal websites and social media accounts. Thousands. Counterfeit pens that made it into legitimate US pharmacies, not shady websites, real pharmacies. And that's just what they caught. But here's what made me realize this isn't just some sketchy online operation. Swedish laboratory analysis of seized fraudulent semaglutide found traces of melanotan-2, the illegal Barbie drug tanning agent. This proved that these black market weight loss drugs are being manufactured in the exact same laboratories that produce narcotics. A Swedish Medicines Agency investigator, Martin Burman, confirmed to Swedish media it is the same seriously criminal individuals who sell narcotics who have now started selling Ozempic. Drug cartels saw the profit margins and just pivoted their business model. Your desperation to lose weight became their new revenue stream. And unlike trafficking cocaine, the legal penalties are lower. Now, before you panic, take a breath. You're going to be fine. That's why you're here. You're doing the right thing by learning how to protect yourself. But you need to see what's actually in these legitimate drugs, because once you know, you'll never be fooled. So what are people actually injecting? I'm going to show you the 3 most dangerous things authorities have found. And I'm going to start with the one that kill people. The most dangerous? Real insulin pens physically relabeled and sold as Ozempic or Saxenda, confirmed in Turkey, Switzerland, Austria, Belgium and Lebanon. If you don't understand medications, let me explain why this is so deadly. Semaglutide mimics a hormone that regulates blood sugar and appetite over time. It works slowly, safely. Now, insulin, on the other hand, is a powerful hormone that forces sugar from your blood to cells immediately. So if you inject insulin when you don't need it, or you're not diabetic, your blood sugar crashes fast. What happens? Confusion, dizziness, sweating, then severe hypoglycemic reactions, then loss of consciousness, coma, then death if you don't get emergency treatment. Those people in Austria, severe cases of hypoglycemia and dangerous reactions that require hospitalization. In Germany, they confirmed entire batches of insulin instead of semaglutide. In UK, there were several cases of hypoglycemic shock and coma. The person in Sweden who ended up in emergency care thought they were using Ozempic for weight loss, but in reality they injected insulin and almost died. But insulin isn't the only thing they are finding, and some of this is almost worse. Eli Lilly's laboratory testing of seized products found bacterial contamination, colored liquid instead of clear, and products with zero active ingredient, just expensive flavored water. One compounded product claimed 1 milligram per milliliter of semaglutide on the label, and the lab testing 0 milligrams, nothing. In Tennessee, authorities raided a home where someone was operating an illegal business, selling to medical spas and weight loss clinics. They seized 698 vials, some marked not for human consumption and for research purposes only. They were selling them to people with dosing instructions. And testing showed at least one sample with just water. Not sterile water, just water that could cause infections, abscesses, and sepsis. And laboratory testing revealed that every single vial contained bacterial endotoxin. That's a contamination from manufacturing environment that could cause severe infections if injected. Meanwhile, about 60% of counterfeit Ozempic entering US comes from China. Eli Lilly obtained shipments disguised as dog food, tea, facial masks, or hidden in the boxes of t-shirts. One Chinese company shipped nearly 10 kilograms of tirzepatide, that's about 4 million doses, in 3 shipments. FDA caught them in July. But those are just the ones they caught. Alright, I know this is intense, but now I'm going to show you how to protect yourself. And once you know these tricks, you'll never get fooled, ever. These criminals rely on people not knowing these 3 simple tests. But you're about to know them, and that makes you powerful. So let's do this. First test. If you have these pens already, here's the foolproof check. Now I don't have the pens with me today, so I am going to show you using an official comparison image from Novo Nordisk that demonstrates exactly what to look for. For Ozempic or Wegovy, watch the dose selector when you turn it. On a authentic Novo Nordisk pen, the dose selector does not extend outward. It stays completely flush with the pen body. You'll see only 3 fixed markings, 0.25, 0.5 and 1 milligrams. On fraudulent pens, the dose selector extends when you dial. It sticks out like a little antenna. Many counterfeits also show a scale from 0 to 80, which is completely wrong. For Mounjaro or Zepbound, it's even easier. Authentic tirzepatide is colorless and crystal clear. FDA has issued specific alerts. For example, avoid lot number shown in the picture, combined with a serial number starting with 51746517. Note that lot number alone is legitimate when not paired with that serial number. This shows how sophisticated these operations are. Also check professional printing quality with 0 spelling errors, package that looks legitimate, intact temper seals, clear batch numbers and expiry dates. But honestly, the dose selector test catches most counterfeits immediately. Second test, understanding how criminals operate now. Here's what's changed. Legitimate Ozempic now costs $199 to $349 per month with manufacturer programs in US. In Sweden, 1600 to 2700 kronor. So criminals can't always compete on price anymore. Instead, they compete on access. That's actually more dangerous. The real red flags now are no prescription needed, in stock when pharmacies are sold out, Ships from overseas. Get it without seeing a doctor. If you see any of these promises at any prices, it's illegal. Full stop. These aren't budget offers, these are traps. The promise to bypass the medical system entirely is how they lure you in right now. Third test. Verify the pharmacy before you buy anything. I'm going to make this stupidly simple, and I'm actually going to show you exactly how this works with real pharmacy websites. For verification, in United States, use safe.pharmacy website to check any online pharmacy. In Europe, look for this EU common logo on the pharmacy website. Click it to verify with your National Medicines Agency. If a logo doesn't click or doesn't take you to an official government site, it's fraudulent. Universal rule for everywhere. If any website claims no prescription needed, it's illegal and dangerous, period. All GLP-1 medications require valid prescription from a licensed healthcare provider. Always. No exceptions. Anyone saying otherwise is lying to take your money and doesn't care if you get hurt. Comment verified in the comment section if you're going to check that EU logo or safe.pharmacy website before buying anything. So here's what you actually do if you want these medications safely. Step 1. Real doctor, not a 2-minute online quiz. An actual licensed healthcare provider who examines you, reviews your medical history, and determines if these medications are safe for you specifically. Step 2. Legitimate prescription from that real doctor. Step 3. Verified pharmacy using the tools I just showed you. I know what you're thinking, but even with discounts, I can't afford it. I get it. I really do. There are legitimate options. Manufacturer patient assistance programs from Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk, GoodRx, and similar discount programs. Some compounding pharmacies are legitimate if properly licensed. But understand this, even with legitimate compounders, compounded medications are never FDA approved. They don't have the same quality control. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Medical Internet Research purchased semaglutide from illegal online pharmacies to test quality. Half of the orders were complete scams. The products never arrived. The products that did arrive, they contained bacterial contamination. The purity was only 7 to 14%, not the 99% claimed on the labels. And in the others contained up to 39% more semaglutide than labeled, creating overdose risk. The good news, both shortages are now resolved. FDA declared them over. Tirzepatide in December 2024, semaglutide in February 2025. Legitimate supply is now available through proper channels. You don't have to gamble with your life anymore. Look, I get the frustration. I see it every single day in the pharmacy. These medications are still expensive even with the recent price drops. Insurance coverage is inconsistent. There's enormous pressure to lose weight. When you scroll through social media at night, seeing everyone's before and after photos, every celebrity talking about Ozempic, the temptation to find cheaper, faster shortcut is overwhelming. I understand, I really do. But here's what you need to know. The regulatory systems work. The track and trace systems, the verification database, the pharmacy licensing. These things protect you, but only if you actually use them. The moment you click on that social media ad, order from an unlicensed website, or accept medication from a source that doesn't require proper verification, you step outside that protection. And remember, even if an influencer you follow is promoting it, if they seem trustworthy, if they are selling a prescription medication without requiring a prescription, they are part of a problem, not the solution. And that's when you're vulnerable. 10 deaths, over 200 hospitalized, thousands poisoned. Don't be next. Verify everything. Check the packaging, use the tools I showed you, and if something feels wrong, if you don't ask for a prescription, if the influencer won't tell you where it comes from, if the pharmacy website seems off, trust your gut. Your health is worth more than convenience. Your life is worth more than avoiding a doctor's visit. Do me one favor right now. Send this video to someone you know who's been talking about Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro. Don't wait, text it to them, because next week they might see that Instagram ad from an influencer they trust. And if they don't know what I just taught you, they might click. And subscribe to T Pharmacy, because I am making more videos about medication safety that could literally save someone's life. Maybe yours, maybe someone you love. Remember, click, check, verify. Stay safe out there.